Hello everyone, this is Pratik Chauhan. I'm your host for MLS training sessions. Today we are covering on RealNet new homes, right? Basically, when if the agents are having inquiries regarding newly built homes, right? On that cases, the RealNet will be really helpful. It can provide us a good sort of source where we can find out the commercial and the residential properties, right? Either it's in a low rise or the high rise, right? Semi-detached, detached, or the stacked townhouses, freehold, or even with some maintenance fees, so we can get to know about the properties which are going to be built by the builders, on which date and which days it will be available for the users, right? So we'll start our session within 2 minutes. So in our today's session, we'll be covering on real net new homes, right? In those real net new homes, we'll be working on the couple of different aspects, like the monthly updates of the properties which are going to be available onto the real net, the newly built homes. Either it's a low rise developments or a high rise. Basically, the low rise is in a detached, linked semis or the townhomes. High rise is in the apartments or the lofts, right? And which are having over 15 units available. Those are the only units we can see under RealNet New Homes database. We'll be also working on the builder names, development names, site phone numbers. So when you're checking it out, the new properties which are going to be built by the builder. So the builder name is the most important thing. That you can check it out their website and the plans. They have it for those type of properties available sooner or later in those areas, right? So we can check it out the builder name, development name, site phone number, right? The corporation status, what sort of incentives or the corporation they'll be paying in that particular project. How many units are available? What is the location of that property? So all those things are available and we can see under the real net. We can also see the photo gallery, including amenities and the construction status. So most of the times what happens, agents ask me that every time they have to go visit their sales office in order to see the latest pictures for the amenities and the construction status pictures, right? So you don't need to do and go for those sales offices every single time in order to check the status or update your client. You can simply log into the RealNet database, and every month there's an update picture you can see under the photo gallery of that particular project. You can also see the floor plans and the floor plates. We will cover it in our today's session. This is really important. It can save a lot of your time. And prior meeting to the salesperson, you can actually work on the floor plans. And if you have any doubts, you can ask them because it's really hard when you're meeting a salesperson first time and you don't know the floor plans. It's really hard to make a judgment at the time, right? And then we'll be checking it out what sort of incentives they provide to the agents when they make a deal, right? So email alerts is the most important thing that we'll be covering in our today's session because not every single time you go and check for the same property. So the email alerts will provide you all those of email notifications monthly, daily, depending upon your requirement. And you can check it out with the email alerts that what sort of properties do you like, and these email alerts you can even set it up for your clients as well, so your clients can directly get those emails and they can call you like, hey, I got this email last night and I really like this property. This is the inventory number and can you check it out please. Then there is a really cool thing over here is a monthly statistical market report, right? Which is only created for the TREB members. So whoever has an access over the TREB can log into RealNet and can check it out, the monthly statistical market report. That report basically contains all the vital information which explains you what sort of index price going on for that property, how many sales they have made, and what sort of property is available in that entire region, right? So we'll cover that as well. That properties, you'll get an market reports like at the third week of each month. And then we'll be covering a CIA, Condo Investment Advisory Board, right? And real condo investors, quarterly multimedia briefing, right? And a monthly email newsletters. So these are the small topics we'll be covering under the RealNet New Homes today. And there are the few another options that we'll be going through is like one of the options is like accessing the RealNet through the Toronto MLS status link, the RealNet new homes, and what are the ways we can check it out or search our property, because there are the various different options available. Most of the times the users doesn't know what sort of properties are available in which region. So what they usually do, they know the builder name, that this is a good builder, and let's search it like, oh, where they are building a new homes or new condos in Brampton, and this is the builder name, and this really vital information that can extract you out of the database, right? So inventory number is a unique inventory number that we can go through today in order to search any property, right? Search by development name. You can even do that, and search using a saved criteria. So like every single time you don't need to go enter the same criteria. You can even name it, and later on you can open the same criteria and search for the properties, right? It's exactly same as an MLS listing. Right. So, without any further delay, let's cover those topics, and all those things will be covered inside it. The RealNet New Homes property search, how to make a property search, right? And home development search, new homes saved searches, right, under the criteria, and viewing the project details from the search results. So basically, checking out that vital information out of that project, right? And make an extraction of the information. And then when you're meeting or when you're calling the sales representative of the project, you can ask those questions, right? So RealNet New Homes search results will be working on that, and enhance imagery for high-rise developments. Will be checking it out that what sort of features they have it available under that category, right? And saving your search. That's the most important thing. Like every single time, hello. Every single time you don't need to set a same search. You can save it under a certain name. You can even put a specific like the one plus one bedroom plus one den, and from there you can open the search and looking for the projects what are going to be built soon. So let's go check it out. The RealNet New Homes. In order to access the RealNet New Homes, you have to open a tab, and from the Stratus MLS listings, you can open a RealNet link. One second, let me open. So in order to access the RealNet, basically let me give you a little brief about the RealNet. RealNet is in a customized services provided or offered to all the tribe members, right? RealNet is providing you the opportunity to see those properties which are going to be built by the builders, right, under the development name, and there will be a unique inventory number for the each and every property. When I'm saying the properties, there are the low-rise developments and the high-rise developments, right? Under the low-rise developments, you will see the detached, link, semis, and the townhomes. And under the high-rise developments, you will see the stacked townhomes, apartments, and the lofts, right? But we have to make sure that those properties must be equal to or greater than in the number of 15. Then only you can see that database under the RealNet new homes. And most 90% the builders are building like over 15 units for those high-rise developments. So let's open the RealNet. So under the Treb login, under the status, user ID, I would recommend everyone to follow these steps. That will really save your time, right? And give you an opportunity to perform along with me. So if you'll have any questions, you can ask me directly or send in a comment under the YouTube link, which I think you must have opened right now. So under the Treb, just open this search properties. Once you're under the search properties, you can see the real net on your left. Let me show you. So under this page, you'll see the real net on your left under links. So it's quite easy. First, you have to log in through the tab, right? Hit search properties. Under the search properties, Toronto Real Estate Board, you'll find the real net on your left hand side. Just click on it. In my case, is already logged in, but what I'll do, let me log out so I can show it to you. How does it look? One second. Okay, now I got it. So for each and every authenticator, right, the once you have created your profile, it will not give you an opportunity to sign in again. Once you're going through the real net links under the status side, it will automatically log you in with your user credentials. So if you guys are accessing it for the first time, then you have to go through these steps. So let me tell you these steps. So basically, you have to click on the RealNet. Once the RealNet page is open, you will see some sort of this information. So it will ask you about your first name, your last name, and your email ID. You can even give your personal email ID in this case, right? And you have to read those terms and conditions, otherwise they will not give you an opportunity to go through it, right? Then you have to mark this I agree button and hit start. So it's fairly simple. You have to enter the information called first name, last name, and email ID, and read the terms and conditions and hit I agree. And then you can go through the start button and sign up for a real net if you're using it first time. Once you have created your profile, it will give you this sort of window every single time whenever you're trying to log in through the status tab login. So let's cover a little brief about the real net so everyone will be on the same page and understand the benefit and the database having under the real net new homes. Real net is in a customized services offered to all the tribe members. Right, this services enhances the ability to all the members to search both the commercial and the residential properties which are newly built or going to be built by the builders, right? So these kind of searches you cannot make it under the MLS. These searches can only be made under RealNet, and then only you can see the low-rise developments which are detached link, semis, and the townhouses. High-rise developments which are stacked townhouses, apartments, and the lofts. So in this, we'll be covering a couple of different aspects, the commercial and the new homes and the coming soon properties. We'll be covering the CIA reports, the market reports, right? And to checking out the every month statistical report for the same region, right? That in that region, how many properties have been sold, what is the index price, and is your sales representative giving you the right price, so you can check it out from that statistical report and checking out the market growth for that region. We'll be covering the corporation status for all of the new properties which are going to be built by the builders. What is the corporation status? Whether they are paying you any corporation percentage out of it, any incentives, or they are not, right? So we'll be covering that as well. We'll be covering the lot sizes because not all the times they provide you the lot size over there, right? The exact square footage you have to call them sometimes and ask about it, right? For the condominiums and the apartments, you do need to call them and verify about the per square footage, what is the maintenance, right? So all those things you have to validate. Most of the times the agents ask me like we have to visit the sales office in order to validate their floor plans or the floor plates, right? You don't need to do that anymore. Under the real net you will see all the floor plans, all the floor plates, right? For the apartments, condominiums, lofts, and the stacked townhouses, and every month you will see a picture updated by the realnet representative for those newly built properties, so you can see the growth for those condominiums or the apartments by the pictures, the what sort of floors they have constructed from the last month to this month, right? What's the growth, and what's the commissioning date onto that property, right? You can even set it up an alert. We'll be covering saved alerts and the searches today, so you don't need to search those properties again and again whenever there's a new property, or whenever the builder is going to open a new project within 100 homes or 50 homes. It will give you an alert, and you can even set up this same alert for your clients as well. So your clients will get an alert. They will call you, hey, I got this email from you last evenings, and this email says that this is the property, this is the inventory number, can you help me out with the floor plan? And you can help your client out just by getting the same email. So these are the things we'll be covering today. We'll be covering the condo investment advisory report today. This is really, really important. Besides that, the statistical market report is the most important thing. Like you need to know what's the right price going on for the newly built, either a townhome, semis, or detached, or apartments. Right? So the statistical monthly report will give you an exact idea that for that index, for that region, what's the property price going on. So without any further delay, accessing RealNet is already been covered, and we no problem. No problem. No, no worries, no worries. So I'm covering the accessing RealNet one more time. Uh, so for accessing RealNet, everyone knows the Treb login. You must have an Treb login because otherwise you won't be able to access the RealNet. So click on the login status. Once you're inside your login status, you'll see under links the RealNet. This is the only way you can check it out on newly built properties, whether it's in a commercial or it's in a residential. That's the most important thing. A lot of agents doesn't know, and they're missing out on opportunity about the newly built residential or the commercials. So click on the RealNet. Once you click on the RealNet, you will not see this page, because if you are accessing a RealNet for the first time, it will ask you to sign up, right? In order to sign up, you have to enter this information. In my case, it will not show it to me because right now with my Trab Authenticator, I've already filled out my first name, last name, and my email ID, and I have accepted those terms and conditions. So will not give you this step to sign up again. It's already been signed up. So you have to enter your first name, last name, email address, and go through the terms and conditions. Until you will not read those terms and conditions, it will not allow you to start it. So then you have to tick mark it and I agree, and then hit the start button. Once you click the start button, you will see, okay, from real, this is a real net page. So once you fill, yes, once you'll fill out this information, okay, search properties. Let me show to you one more time. Under the info center, right, you will see the real net. So once you click the real net on the first time, it will give an opportunity to sign up. Yes. So you have to sign up and it will make an a bond with your Trab authenticator. So you don't need to every single time fill out your information or go through the authentications again and again. So click on the real net. Once the real net is opened, once the real net is open, you'll see some sort of this page after the registrations, right? So the registration is the necessary key over here. So everyone has to go through it, right? And the email address, you can even put it up your company's email address or your personal email address. So under those realnet.ca, this is the home page where you can see the commercials, new homes, or the coming soon properties, right? So we'll go through the new homes first. Under the new homes, you have to click on the new homes in order to go through the new home search criteria. Click on new homes. Once you have clicked on the new homes, you can see there are the five different options, right? There are the five different ways to search a new home activity in RealNet. What are those? Property search, property search criteria. In this, a criteria based using the information such as MLS district or the type or the price, right? So basically, you can enter a product type, basically detached, link, semis, townhomes, or all high rise is a stacked townhouses, apartments, or the loft, right? If you want to select multiple, you can do that. Look at that. So select detached, link, semis, you can do that. Or if you want to select all of the low rise, so click on the low rise. So this is how you can select the all the low rise products. And if you can either select a low rise or a high rise, there's an option, right? So you cannot select both at the same time. So if you want to deselect it, so you have to click it again on the low rise section. By clicking on the low rise, it can select all. By clicking on again on the low rise, it will deselect all. Okay. And you can either select high rise or low rise. The moment you select a high rise, any of the product, you won't be able to select any of the low rise products, which are detached links or the semis, right? So this is the first thing. So in my case, I'm selecting a high rise currently at the moment, all of the high rises. Click anywhere in order to get rid of this list. Then municipality district. Click on select options, and there are the different regions for the central district, Toronto Central District. If you scroll it down, you will see the all Toronto East District, right? If you scroll it even further down, you'll see all Toronto West District. There's an option for the East York, Etobicoke, North York, Scarborough, Toronto, York, Brantford. So basically, you'll find all of the regions over here, all the Durham regions, municipalities, right? You'll even find a Brampton and all those Peel region cities over here, like Brampton, Mississauga. So Look at that. All Peel region municipalities, Brampton, Mississauga. A lot of agents from last time even asked me how do I check it out? What are the central Toronto regions? What are the east Toronto regions? How do I identify it? Because from here, if your client asks you I would like to get a newly built property like somewhere in Steele's east side from the 404 region, right? So it's hard to identify from over here. So let me open a map and show to everyone how you can make a distinguishable search if you know the maps, if you know the regions. So, um, so you have to search trap zones under Google and hit the trap area maps. And from here you can see all the regions. So we are interested in Toronto. So click on Toronto, and over here you can see, look at that. So towards my left hand side, right, you can see the west region with the W01, W02, W03, W4, 5. This is the west region. In the middle of it is in a central region, right? The Toronto central region. At the top, you can see the Toronto east region, right? So it's fairly easy. You have to hit Treb zones under Google, and the first link will give you the Treb area maps. Yes, it's under links as well. It's under Treb as well. Yes, so you can go through in any way, right? So in order to see those regions, right, click on any of the region. Like I'm clicking on E7. Let's click on E7, and you can see this is the boundaries of E7 region, right? And you can see the street names clearly right over there. So this can help you out in terms of make it a little distinguishable search under your RealNet or even under your Trab status software, right? So the bottom is, make it very, very clear, right? The bottom is west, the middle one is center, and the top is east, right? So if somebody is asking you the east, it should be very clear that the east part is starting right at the middle of the where the Toronto downtown kind of the 404. Look at that. This is a 404, right? So yeah, the 404 region starts, and this is the east region starts, and east region goes from E1 to E11, right? And same for the central region. So all the regions is starting from the Gardner area, the Gardner Express Highway. The west region, look at that, it starts from the Gardner. Central starts from the Gardner and goes towards the north side. So south to north, right? So this is how they numbered it. If you understand the concept, it'll be easy for you to make it a little more distinguishable when you're searching it, right? Same for the east one. So this is how you can check it out your maps. So right now I have selected the high rise in Brampton or Mississauga, right? You can even select an option for the price as well. Like what sort of price is your client looking for? Right now I'm leaving it blank. Bedrooms, like one bedroom, one plus den, two plus den, right? Three bedroom or up, or penthouse. So you can search that as well. Construction status, pre-construction, standing inventory, or under construction. You can even select that, right? Occupancy buy. So if your client says, "Hey, we are looking for an a condominium in the year of 2019," so you know their occupancy, and you can open a search what sort of condominiums are going to be built by a builder in the year of 2019 November or something like that, right? So you can search that as well. So this is a year. The second list you will see is in a year, and the first list you will see is in a months. So this is how the first option is searching a property through the product type, municipality, prices, bedrooms, construction status, and the occupancy. Once you filled out your required information, you can hit search RealNet. click on search realnet, and you can see all of the properties under the Mississauga, Brampton, Peel region, right? And all the new apartments are going to be built by which builder are they going to be paying any corporation on that? What's the development name, right? Is it an apartment, loft, or an stacked townhouses? Right? How many bedrooms is it? Which municipality is it? What is the price range? And what is the square footage? So these are the options you can search it under the newly built homes. One second. Let's click on any of the first two options or the first option. In order to see the details, you have to click on the first part where it says co-op, corporation. Click on yes, and now you can see that property or that project, right, with the builder name, which we already covered, is a Daniels Corporation. Development name is a Daniels City Center, Weasley Tower. Sales by City Life Realty Limited Brokerage, right? And this is a site's phone number. This is the most important thing you can make a note over here, because every single time the information they have put over there, you need to call them and validate, right? Sometimes they do manipulate information and database is not updated, right? So once you have clicked on the corporation status, whatever is either yes or no, in order to see the project details or the property details, right? On my right, you can see the project details, right? On my top, you can see the project name and the development name. So the builder's name and the development name is important. How you can check it out, like whether is this builder genuine or is this builder making a good sort of projects? This isn't a hyperlink. This is not just a name. So the moment you'll take your mouse, hover your mouse to the builder's name, click on it, and you can see a window will pop up with the Daniels homes.ca website, right, which is in a builder's website. So you can track it down whether is this builder is in a good builder, is any complaints regarding that builder's properties. You can check it out under Google, copy and paste the builder's name, right? You can check it out like whether the properties they have built it like in the past 2 3 years or 5 years, like is there any complaints for those properties, right? So this is the hyperlink which we have already covered. The builder's name is in a hyperlink, and underneath you will see the development's name, right? So click on the development's name, and you can see the all the information regarding that project. Builder's name, under the builder name, all the development names are segregated, right? So the development name, the moment you'll click it on, you will find out the properties details, its features, its neighborhood, right? What sort of advantages or incentives you will be getting once you'll sign up for any of those projects, right? So underneath, you'll see the corporation status, right? So the commission is a 4% confirmed on this date. So basically, there's a 4% incentive for an agent if you'll make any deal. So on my right, remember I was covering that part, the statistical monthly report, right? Market report. So this is the statistical report, and you can see as of 2017, August 31st, this is the report. In Mississauga, product type is apartments, and monthly sale is 84. So in the month of August, for the same building, 84, or for the same region, 84 apartments have been sold, right? Remaining inventory for that region in terms of just apartments, right, is 1057. Index price is $458,721. So this is the index price. So you know the index price for those kind of apartments in that region. When I'm saying the regions, regions means if I open the same map, the region means if I'm asking about the Toronto's W10 region, then only in that region, only in that zone, you will see the apartments or the index price. Okay, so let me go back. And if we'll scroll it down even further, you'll see the property details, right? So this is a unit with a one bedroom, right? And the price range is $271, $900 to 349, 900, right? The price list as of date August 29. And over here, there's a note that the commissions subject to builders' terms and conditions and are subject to change without notice. Here's the catch. So builder can change a price at any time. Builder can change a commission at any time. So whenever you make a deal, you have to validate, hey, I got this information from your RealNet, and is this still valid? Because there could be a possibility that builder change the information and real net database has not been updated by the time. So you have to validate that information with them in order to move further. Then you will see the unit size range from 446 to 598. The product type is an apartment. The maintenance fees 56 cents per square feet per month. Then the remaining inventory you can see for the same kind of project, for the same kind of apartments in the same project is only less than 10. So less than 10 apartments are left over for the same project, for the same, sorry. I'm really sorry. You're right. So it says the apartments. Yeah, you're right. So they have more than 10 apartments available, right? It's an high rise. This is the inventory number. Inventory number is a unique number for each and every project, right? So if your clients are getting an email something like this and they will call you, hey, I got this email and I really like this project. This is the inventory number. So you have to just copy and paste this inventory number at the main home page. I'll show it to you where you can copy and paste this number. And this is a new construction that this will the first occupancy is available in 2020, 6 month, right? So number of stories is 43. Total unit released 506, right? The construction status is pre-construction, right? So these sort of informations you'll be getting. If you scroll it even further down, you will see the location, right? Because on a map you will not see those kind of exact locations. So you have to make your judgment that it's on the south of 403 and the west of Ontario. So south of 403 and the west of Ontario. So exact location is not been defined by them, but this is the region where they will be building this condominium, right? So you have to make your judgment from the major intersections or from the area they are providing you, right? The municipality is in Mississauga, that is understood. Region is Peel. The parking details. That's the most important thing, right? So we must know the parking details and the locker information ahead of time, right? And even though the amenities, right? What sort of amenities they are providing and what sort of upgrades they are providing ahead of time, because later they can change it at any time and we will not have any control on it. So the parking details, the parking is available for purchase of $30,000 in addition of those suites, except the Hanson and the done by models. So there could be other two of the models that they will be proposing. So we can check it out these models under their development name. So the moment you go up, click on the development name, you can see those models and those options available. Let me go back. So the storage options, right, is $3,500, and the deposit structure. The deposit structure is $5,000 on signing, right? Balance 5% in 30 days, 5% in 120 days, and rest all the 5% in 365 days, and the 5% on occupancy. So basically 5, 5, 15, and 20, 20% after the $5,000 deposit. So you have to make it like in 120 days of 15%, and the rest all the 5% on occupancy means in 2020, right? So this sort of information is important and can be validated ahead of time whether this information is still right or wrong. If you scroll it down now, you can see there's only one picture, right? And there's a one these boards because they haven't even started anything, right? So they must be constructing something besides these boards, right? Those up condominiums. So right now they don't have any pictures, but we'll cover a few another options available where you can see the date taken or the pictures taken on different dates. So you don't need to go visit those sites and validate, oh, what's the status, because it's in a bylaw. The RealNet database will be updated, but the third week of each month within a statistical report and a picture of the construction site. If you click on the floor plan, under a floor plan, you will see that there is a couple of different options for the different models. Hanson, which is 446 square feet, which will be which will be a one bedroom, which will be a one bedroom. That's all. And this is a kitchen. This is a living, dining. This is a balcony, which is just in a one bedroom, right? Let me zoom it so everyone can see it. So under the floor plan, there are different options for the different models. So you can select either of them as per your client needs fit in. Like the Hanson, then the Dunbar is one bedroom living, but it has a little bigger square footage, is 458 square feet, right? And then there's another model is in a pier wood. Over here, you can see, one second, let me show it to you. The Hansen, you can see the floor number 3, floor number 4, floor number 5. Let me zoom in. These are the highlighted ones are the apartments. If you click on the Dunbar, look at that. The highlighted is changed and the floors are 9 to 43. If you click on Pierwood, which is which has a 511 square footage, you can see the apartment is right over there and is only available on floor number 6. As per the details, yes, but we have to validate with the sales representative, right? Because look at that. It says 9 to 43, right? So whatever the details are telling me, I'm just explaining it to you. So on 9 to 43, this is the apartment on each and every floor you will be finding by the name of Dunbar, 458 square footage, right? Then you will see the Wheatstone 516 square footage, right? So look at that. These are the models. It's a lot, and as the model changes, you can see the design is updating on each and every picture, right? If you click on the floor plate, so this is, you can see like on the first floor, like this is a kind of a layout they have created under the floor plate, and you can make your judgment that how it will look once it's been constructed, right? So the little den area, little dining area, the kitchen area, right? So something like that that you can see, and it's clearly marked which is an entrance, which is in a mail room, right? And elevators is basically the entrance of the building apartment, right? So the moment the people will enter, how it will look, this is called floor plate, right? So the first floor will look something like this. Sixth floor, they're saying, so this is the area they are kind of showing it to you, all of us, like, yeah. So basically, it shows that after the full construction, so this is sort of they'll make it like right next to the apartments, right? So the indoor and the outdoor, the yoga zone, the kid zone, if there is any swimming pool, right? So all those things must be validated ahead of time and get a confirmation in writing, right? So the seventh floor, they're showing it like under the potting shed, the yoga zone, residential gardening plots, project site plan. So we were checking out this picture, if I'm not wrong, if I'll see the construction site from over here, right? If I'll click on the floor plate, you can see the boards are right over here, and you will see this sort of construction within those 3 years by 2020. This is a Daniels City Center Weasley Tower. So this is a one example that you can check it out of about those apartments with their project details, property details, right? If you click on those pictures, it will show to you like after the full construction, what sort of amenities, what sort of features their Weasley Tower will provide to their users, right? This will give you a better view, better idea about that apartment. So this is an example of how do you search a property, newly built homes under the property search criteria, right? But if you're searching like under the builder search, under the development name, under the inventory search, how do you do that, right? We'll cover these parts within next 3-4 minutes. Let's take a break for 3 minutes. Thanks. Hello everyone. So let's start with the rest all the options and go through the builder search, development search, and the inventory search, right? So under the builder search, you have to click on the radio button, and you'll see the builder search is enabled, and rest all the options are disabled. It is mandatory under new homes. You have to pick and choose one of the option. Then rest all the options are optional. So look at that. If I've selected the property search, the all the options are optional in under the property search, right? But if I click on the builder search, the builder option is enabled, and this is optional. Like you don't need to put the information. You have directly can click on the search realnet and it should show all the builder names. But in our case, like even if you don't know the builder name, you can try putting like A and will show all the builders starting with an A or having an like the access development starting with an A, right? If you put like some P, you'll see the builders who's having the P in the middle of their name, right? So in my case, like I'll probably leave it empty and try to search it. No, they need something in the middle of it. So basically, let's try the Daniels Corporation, right? So for that builder, so most of the times, like what happens, like you really like the builder's design, right? And you want to see for the same builder in the different municipality, what's our, sorry, one second. If you know the builder's name and you have seen their designs and you really like their work, so what you can do, you know the builder's name, you can enter a builder's name over here, hit search realnet. Valid, one second, one second. So for that builder, there are no developments. Yes. So there could be a possibility that the builder is not always building a homes, right? There could be a possibility. So let's see. It's not accepting it somehow, but anyhow, so you can enter a builder name, right? And once the builder name is there, you can search it, and if they are entering or building any project, you can see it under the builder's name. And same for the development search, right? So if you know any project like the Wisley Tower, we have just covered for the Daniels Corporation. So if you know the development's name, you can copy and paste the you can copy and paste that information, and it must show that development under the development search, right? So far I'm not aware of any builder name who is constructing any project, who is building any homes or the high-rise condos or apartments, lofts. So same for the development search and the inventory search. Remember, we have covered the inventory under our project details, right? So it's the same inventory that we have to go through. We have, if your client received any of the email within an email alert, and they said like, we really like this project, this is the inventory number. So instead of going through the property search and finding the right property for them, they already got an email. So let's take an advantage and just copy and paste the inventory number. Just ask them, hey, you have received an email for this project. Can you just text me the inventory number? The inventory number is unique for each and every project. You have to just enter it and hit search, and it will give you the same project. Under the saved project, right, under the saved, so right now we don't have any saved projects yet. Under the saved projects, you will see that suppose one of your client requires one bedroom and one den condominium. So you have such a criteria, and you know, like in that municipality, a lot of my another clients asking the same questions. So instead of going through the property search and spending your additional 2-3 minutes, what you can do, you can save your search, right? And later on, you will, once the search has been saved, later on, you, what you can see, you will find out your search right over there. You don't need to go through the property search. You have to just click that save search, and it'll give you the any new options or any new projects what are available in that same region regarding the same apartments and the 1+1 den, whatever is your search criteria, right? So last time we have covered a high rise. This time we are going to cover a low rise, right? So let's click on the properties. Detached. Okay. Let's only select the detached and the municipality, right? There's an option. Brampton. Okay. Let's see. Brampton. Brampton, right? So we have selected a municipality under the Peel region, Brampton. So the price range, I'm leaving it open, right? Same for the bedrooms. I would like to see my options. Hit search RealNet. Yes. Okay. Now you can see that on your left hand side there's an cooperative options, that whether they are providing any cooperatives, yes or no. So I can see all the yes over here for all the projects. And this is a builder name, right? Development name, detached, 4 bedroom in Brampton, 1.2 million, 3,200 square feet. So let's open this. How do you open this? By clicking on the yes button under the cooperative. Now you can see that this home is having a double garage, right? And all the options will be right over here. It's in a 4 bedroom detached home, right? And builder name is there, and the same, this is a hyperlink. So the moment you click on this hyperlink, it will show you, it'll show you an option for the conservatory group, means the builders group, right? And you can see what sort of plans, what sort of commercial or the home properties they have built it so far, and you can check their reviews on Google, right? Because a lot of people, when they got a newly built home from a specific builder, and they don't like it, yes, and they're having a complaints, and they post those complaints under Google, and you can check it out, like we got this home, and they put a complaints like we got this home and we're having these kind of issues and the builder didn't fix it, right? And so before making any deal with the same builder, so checking out reviews can really help you out and can really make or break the deal, right? So the development name is a Trinity Village, right? Sales by Excel Realty Limited, right? This is a site's phone number. That's an important thing. Cooperative, yes. Commission is $1,000, right? Which is not a lot. Confirmed on September 9th, 2017, this year, right? And if you check it out on your right, you will see that the statistical report says in the month of August, right, the detached homes, newly built detached homes in Brampton, there are the 4 sales, right? Remaining inventory is 113, right? Index says 1.3 million, right? So we know the market price for the newly built homes, right? We know the remaining inventory. We also know how many sales have been finalized in the month of August, right? If we scroll it down, right, we'll see it's in the south of Sandalwood Parkway and the west of Highway 410. West of Highway 410 and the south of Sandalwood Parkway. Yeah, well, it seems a little weird, but we can make a judgment that is in the region of Sandalwood and the 410 area, right? So the exact location is not been available, right? And the remaining inventory is greater than 10, and inventory number. This is the number I was talking about. This is a unique number for all the municipalities, for all the real net new homes, right? So this is a freehold, right? Detached product type is in a detached, right? White shallow. Look at that, the lot size is not clearly mentioned. It only says 45, right? 45 is in the width, the frontage, right? And the depth is in depth, they haven't mentioned it. So what you have to do when you're calling them, you have to ask them, hey, we got this project from the real net, this is the inventory number, right? And this is the model name, the Virdi, right? Can you please tell me the depth of this project? And they will tell you like it's either 100 feet or 90 feet, depending upon their specifications. So this is how you can check it out, product types or the project details for the detached homes. Detached homes, apartments, condominiums is almost the same, but for the apartments, condominiums or townhomes which are not freehold within a maintenance fees, you have to check it out the maintenance column, right? And validate that information whether it's right or wrong, because when you're giving a wrong information to your client, it doesn't look professional at all, right? So, yep, that's all. And if you'll click on the modify search, so remember we made this search under a Brampton, and these are the homes we are checking it out. So in a one single search, there are over close to 200 such options we can see, right? And look at that. Cooperative, it says yes, and if you scroll it down, it says call first, right? So let's click on these ones and let's see what's the matter over here, right? So under the cooperative, this is call first, right? So the brokers or agents should call the sales office directly at this number in order to get to know the cooperatives, right? Whether they are providing a cooperative or they're not providing a cooperative, how much is the incentive? These all the things must be clear to a broker or an agent prior to making any deal or working on any profile, right? So it's the same thing. I'm going back to modify search, and in this search, I have selected a Brampton newly built. If I go down, look at that, it's 5 bedrooms, 5 and 4. Yes, yeah. If I no, look at that, 3 bedroom, 3 bedroom, right? So yes, only one. And some of the options under the cooperative you can see no, right? So they are not providing any cooperatives on the newly built homes, no? So you have to check it out and validate the information. So the first one is a cooperative, builder's name, development's name, then whether it's a detached semi townhome, then how many bedrooms is it, which municipality is it in, right? What's the price and the square footage, right? So these are all the options. How you can save your search criteria, right? At the top, you can see a search criteria or the save search. So click on the save search. So I'm putting it like giving it name of Brampton. Oops. Is keyboard? No, I know, but that keyboard is not plugged in. 1 second. Now it's working. Oh, sometimes it doesn't. Bram. Some keys are not working. Okay, no problem. Okay, so I'm giving a name of Brampton. That's okay. Let's give it a name of Brampton. Hit save. Item saved successfully. Close. Right. If I'll click on the new homes again, if I'll click on the save search, it'll give me an option of Brampton, right? So I don't need to fill out that information again, the property search. I can directly select the Brampton option and click on the search RealNet, right? So from there, all the options and all the same search criteria, I can see it, right? From over here, I can even create a alert, right? For your clients and for yourself, right? So you don't need to every single time log into RealNet in order to validate whether a new project or the new properties are out or not. It will send you an alert. So hit create alert for the same search criteria, right? My alert name, Brampton detached homes, right? Client's email. So I'm entering my email over here, my personal email. You can enter any of your client's email, and your clients will receive an email from a RealNet that they have signed up for this sort of alert, and they will be getting an email, so they will not ignore it, or they will, or their Outlook will not directly send those emails to junk, right? So save. item successfully saved. So whenever there is a new opening, right, Prateek Chauhan at hotmail.com will receive an email for Brampton detached home search criteria. Hit close. You can even choose this for an coming soon projects or consumer incentives, right? So hit close. So we have covered the create alert and the save search, and we have covered the new homes, basically every single thing from over here, right? Let's cover the commercials over here, right? Under commercials, there are a couple of different options available that you're looking for a newly built offices, retails, industrial, apartment, hotel, ICI land, or residential land, right? What are the things you're looking for? Okay, under office, yes. So click on office, right? Then the date range, last 3 months, right? And if you scroll it down, size, you must select a size, otherwise it will not let you go ahead, right? Greater than 10,000 square feet, not more than, I think, 1,000 square feet, 1,000, 1,500 square feet, no? 1,500 square. I know what you're saying. So, uh, first select the municipality, right? So we are selecting a Brampton municipality because whatever they're constructing right now, the minimum is this, right? It's in a one big building where they are constructing a minimum of 10,000 square feet of offices, right? So they are not building any new dental offices. Those offices you will find under MLS TREB, right? Under commercial, you will find those offices. So somebody build a dental office, they want to sell it, right? So those things you will find it under MLS, but newly built will only find over here under RealNet. Let's take Peel, right? So, Caledon, Brampton, and Mississauga. So I've selected Brampton. Price range, I'm leaving it blank. So these are the units or the offices is uh, going to be built, yeah, July till September, na? From last 3 months. So okay, let's open the first one, na? 2017 inventory number. So under the commercial is little different. Let me go back and show you those things. One second, let me go back. Look at that. So it says a date, right? Municipality, price, inventory number, which is again unique, and the square footage, right? For the first two, the square footage is not there, so we have to call them and get a confirmation, right? So 5 Cherry Crest Drive, right, which is located at the north of Queen Street East and the west of Ebenezer. So basically, Highway 50 and those region. No? So that's a newly built office. Okay. Um, Sales type is market. Okay. Percentage transferred 100%. Right? Fee simple and purchaser is this. This is a company numbered company. Right? This is the price. No, this is a total price for the entire office. Not for the 10,000. The square footage is not mentioned over here actually. Square footage is not mentioned, so we probably, yes, yeah. So these are the records, and this inventory number. Research status is draft, right? Um, there is, depending upon the market, right? For that particular market,
what's the right price going on, and on the basis of that you can bargaining. If the client is asking way too much, you can ask them, hey, the index shows something else, and the recently properties have been sold in in this area is around this price. You're asking this price. My client really likes your property, but he is little afraid to pay overprice, right? Currently at the market, and if you're okay, we can sell down in the middle of somewhere, right? So this is how like you can search your commercials and office, retail, industrial, right? You can even residential lands are available. So some people what they do like some people own kind of a trucking school, right? They want a big land where half they can use it as in a commercial and half they can use it as in a residential, right? So they have to take a permit, but over here they have to select a residential land, right? And half of them they have to get it approved for a commercial, half or they can get it approved for their residential home, right? So we will only provide them a residential land, our deal will be over, yeah. Yes, they are responsible. We are not responsible. And if yes, deal for the land. That's all. If they need to get on any further approvals, right? Because a lot of documentations and the inspections are in the middle of it, right? And if there is no cooperative, there's no benefit, right? To go into that lane. So residential lanes you can select it under the Brampton, and the same for the last 3 months. The size, look at that, the acres, right? So as you change the options, the size is also changes, right? It's a 1 acre, so starting from a acre, less than 1 acre, 3, 5, or 10, right? So something like that that you can select it. Same for the price and saved searches. You have no saved searches, so even under the commercial, you can make those searches saved under your saved search criteria. So every single time you don't need. Uh, it will not go through it because we didn't put the size and the price. So one till three, right? Price 500 to no, we put like one till three, 1 till 3, right? So 500,000. Let's see. No, I don't think this is 1 million or 1.5 million. Let's see. Now look at that. In Brampton, 0.91, 0.155 acres. So let's open this one. So this is, and on the left hand side, you can see a map, right? So let me zoom in. It's Walnuts, Walnuts, yes, Walnuts, and let me see which. Yeah. So land is 1.55 acres, right? The total price is 1.655 million, right? 1.6, yeah, 55 million, yeah. And the price per acre is that I will check it out because the commercial part is little confusing, right? And I will validate that detail like in our next session because we have to cover today we have covered only the basics and the intermediate. We just touched the intermediate, right? And intermediate and the advanced we'll be covering in the next session because the commercial is a really important. Yeah. Yes. Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. Yeah. Yes. So Definitely. In our next session, I will get a proper confirmation that how do we check it out the cooperatives for those lands, right? And I'll definitely validate about its status and how we can make a deal on those residential lands, and can we build homes and can we split it half for the commercial and half for the residential, right? I will validate those details from the real net actually, right? And yeah, that's all. And that's all about the commercial and the new homes. Today we have covered new homes, the property search, builder search, development, inventory, saved searches, and under commercial we have covered office and residential land. In our next session, we'll be covering the retail, industrial, apartment, hotel, and I'll be bringing all those aspects of what sort of details and the documentations do we need to get in order to get a residential land and in order to get an approval for an homes, right? How do we get an set up for a commercial, half for the commercial, half for the residential? Because if you are well educated, if you're knowledgeable, then you can convince your client, hey, I know about it. I can help you out, but you have to do it by yourself, right? And you can make money, you can save money, right? By getting a land and building your own home, right? So in our next session means next Saturday on October 7th, we will be covering those retails, industrials, and the apartments aspects under the commercial, and we'll be covering the intermediate and the advanced part of commercial and the new homes. And we already covered the save alerts and the searches today. We'll be also covering the coming soon and the reports. Those are the most important things because those will be your key criteria in order to figure it out the right price, the statistical report, because on the basis of the statistical report you can validate, is that sales representative giving me the right price for the same house, detached, semi, or the town, or am I paying little more, right? So that's all for today. Thank you so much for your time. This is Pratik, and I'll see you next Saturday. Take care. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining.